We have been on so many amazing trips these past few years, to a lot of large must-see cities, mostly in the US, but this time, it was time to explore a bit closer to home. We decided to take about a week off and go on a road trip through Michigan, to see more of the northern side of the state. I, Petra, moved here several years ago now and had yet to see the greenery of Michigan, so I was very excited about the trip. And I'm happy to report that the north is absolutely beautiful. It really reminded me a lot about the Swedish countryside where my family has a summer house, so it was also weirdly nostalgic. Anyway, we have two major stops on this trip, the first one being Traverse City. If you're from Michigan, you probably already know why we'd want to make a stop here, but don't worry, we'll show you all in just a minute. We had a boat tour planned right as we arrived in the city, which went up and down the beautiful coastline. It was a nice break after all the driving, even though the weather was still a bit rainy. We quickly checked into our hotel after that, before heading out to our next stop of the day. This is a sunset wine tour that takes you through the beautiful Old Mission Peninsula to 3 different wineries. It's something that we've never done before, going to an actual winery, let alone 3 in a row, but it was such a nice experience. The wine was great and the views even better. It was the perfect way to both start the trip and end the day, having a glass of wine while breathing in nature and watching the sunset. Next day, we go straight into the main attraction of this stop of our road trip, the Sleeping Bear Dunes. These are giant sand dunes on the coast of Michigan with hiking trails and a climbing challenge. We accidentally went to the long hiking spot first, so spent a while walking around here, which turned out to be a nice thing since it was beautiful and really fun to explore. Slightly tired from already walking a lot, we finally went to the dune climb. This is a really steep hill of sand that you can go down to get to the water, but then you have to climb back up. There are no rails, steps, or any help, and if you get stuck on the bottom, you have to pay around $3,000 for rescuers to help you. It's hard to capture on camera just how steep it is, but it's actually so steep that you have to climb up on your hands and knees like a bear. And let me tell you, it was really hard, but so worth it. The feeling of accomplishment at the top was just incredible. We were really hungry after the hikes and climbing, so we drove over to a historic fish town for some dinner before heading back to Traverse City. Before our day was over, however, we had one more tour to do. This time, an asylum night tour where we got to walk around and learn more about an asylum and their inhabitants. It was really interesting walking through the old buildings and hearing stories, but we did wish it would have been more scary or haunted, as it overall felt more like any building tour, not necessarily an asylum. We walk around the downtown of Traverse City the next morning, which was really beautiful. It's then time to leave Traverse City behind and drive towards our next stop. On the way, however, we stop at a nature preserve beach to eat some lunch and take in the sun. After driving for a while longer, we end up in Charlevoix, a very pretty place where we walk around for a bit and of course have some ice cream. We decided to take a detour on our way further north in order to go through the so-called Tunnel of Trees. Alright, after more and more driving, we are now close to our destination. If you haven't guessed it yet, our next stop is Mackinac Island, which we'll talk more about in a little bit, because first, we need to cross the longest suspension bridge in the Western Hemisphere, the Mackinac Bridge, which connects the lower and upper Michigan peninsulas. On the other side of the bridge is St. Ignace, where we will be spending the night before heading over to the island in the morning. Before we get into the Mackinac Island part of our trip, I want to take a second to talk about this video sponsor, HUANUO, and their TitanLift heavy-duty monitor arm. We have a lot of monitors in our setups, and it's very important to us that they are also on mounts, instead of simply sitting on top of the desk. Both because it looks a lot nicer, but it also gives us more desk space, as well as the option to stack several monitors more easily. The TitanLift works for ultra-wide screens between 13 inches and 49 inches and can hold up to 40 pounds. It's fully adjustable with great flexibility thanks to the tilt adjustments of plus 50 degrees to minus 50 degrees, the 180 degree swivel, 360 degree rotation, and 24.8 inch arm extension. It can also clamp right onto your desk and has a quick install vis ahead for simple yet strong installation. Thankfully, it also has built-in cable management, which is a must for us. We absolutely do not want to see any more visible cables of any of you guys' desks. It's hard to find a strong enough mount that can hold heavy ultrawides, especially some that have all of these adjustments easily available, so it's great to see that this mount works perfectly for that. Thank you again to HUANUO for sponsoring this video, Make sure to check out the description below for more info on where to buy it. Alright, back to the trip. We left St. Ignace early in the morning to make our way across to the Michigan-famous Mackinac Island. This island is a very popular getaway vacation and is known for the fact that there are no cars on the island. Yep, no cars at all. They simply walk, bike, and use horses for transportation. The island is also very pretty, with lots of historic and beautiful sights, so you can probably start to see why it's such an idyllic place to spend your summer. After walking around the downtown and near our hotel, we end up at the old fort on the island, Fort Mackinac. This is an old former British and American military outpost from the late 18th century with a lot of history. We then walked for a while through the hiking trails in the woods to explore more areas of the island. We ended the night in a bar downtown. Something very popular to do on the island is to bike around the perimeter. It is actually a highway that goes all the way around and is the only highway in the nation where vehicles aren't allowed. The views were amazing and it was a great way to spend our morning. We spent more time downtown after we were done biking, including checking out some local museums and art galleries. Now it was finally time for an actually scary haunted tour of the island, which took us through most of the downtown and down the street with a lot of hotels. Lots of tales of ghosts lingering from back in the days, as well as newer ones. We found out that our hotel had a hot tub, so we relaxed here for a bit before ending the day. It is sadly the final day of the trip, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We started the day with absolutely beautiful weather, and took a walk over to one of the most famous hotels on the island, the Grand Hotel. The Grand Hotel has a famous luncheon buffet with absolutely incredible food, which we thoroughly enjoyed. We also took a walk through the hotel gardens before heading back to town. It felt like a very luxurious way to spend our day, especially since the weather was absolutely perfect too. Then, it was time for us to take the ferry back to St. Ignace to pick up our car and drive back home. We of course had to go over the extremely long bridge again, which can be really scary in bad weather and heavy winds, but it was a beautiful experience today thanks to the calm weather. As you might have noticed, we took turns driving over the bridge, since it's kind of an experience that both of us wanted to do. We had a long drive ahead of us before getting back home, so we made sure to stop on the way and walk around a beautiful forest trail to stretch our legs. And that's our Michigan road trip. What did you guys think? Was it interesting to see part of the state or even country that you don't usually see? We are used to going to big cities like LA, New York, and Vegas, so it was a nice change of pace for us, especially thanks to the perfect weather. We will actually be uploading a New York City vlog next, so don't worry if you missed the big city vlogs, there's more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like these, and also check out our short form tech and setup videos here on YouTube, as well as on TikTok and Instagram at CamXPetra. Until next time, bye!